Right now, it's showtime.
Hi guys, and welcome back to HOB TV. This is episode 3.5. There was so much news that we had to do another show. Now, there was some breaking news this week. Big news that we've both been waiting for. And I'll pass it over to Steve so we can break down this news for you guys.
So you see, local sports radio this week.
Yeah.
Been dominated with talks of where's Manny Machado, where's Bryce Harper, they're free agents, where are they going to sign? Mm-hmm. As boxing fans, we don't care. The only news we wanted to know is where is Triple G going to sign, what network, right? So it appears he's on the verge of signing a 2-fight, $42 million deal with DAZN. Nothing is set yet, but don't be surprised tomorrow you wake up, it's in the news, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think of that big contract? PBC offered considerably less, somewhere in the park of $10 million less, but they were offering one comeback fight and a Charlo pay-per-view fight. What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
I personally like the DAZN move, man. I mean, there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of world champions there, and I think it'll be something that the fans want. And I'm pretty sure Triple G is always there to try to please the fans. He's definitely an exciting fighter. So, I mean, when Eddie Hearn said they were talking with Triple G, I was definitely excited, man. It was the right move, and I hope they finalize it this week, man. Why not this whole weekend? So let's finalize this so we can hopefully see a Canelo Triple G 3. And hey, but there's definitely more fighters there. Billy Joe Saunders, you got Andrade, the world champion. I think those would definitely still be exciting fights, man.
Yeah, and it's like our boy Jason said behind the camera, where's DAZN getting all this money at? Right. $400 million here, $42 million there. Yeah. No, but it's great news. Like we said, we get Canelo Triple G 3, and we get to add another poster on the wall. No.
Exactly.
But I think Oscar De La Hoya, he knew something. I don't know if you noticed during the Munguia fight, his interview. Yeah. Man, he was real giddy, real smiley. He's like, I have no doubts that Triple G Canelo 3. I think he knew something at the time, of course. Like we said, we're still waiting on official word. But apparently, Tom Loeffler is not representing Triple G. There's something happened with that relationship, and it's actually Triple G and his wife that are handling negotiations.
Wow.
Kind of reminiscent of Shane Mosley and Jim Mosley back in the day. We know how that ended.
Yeah.
But you got to feel for Tom Loeffler. I mean, this guy, he brought Triple G to where he is right now.
Yeah.
When the networks didn't want to put Triple G on the air, he fought. He said, we got this explosive guy, knockout artist. He sold him, and it took HBO almost a year after his initial pitch to put them on the airwaves. But he fought for him, and Tom Loeffler, he did the same thing happened with Shane Mosley. Nobody wanted to take a chance on Shane Mosley. Couldn't sell tickets. He brought him to HBO. There was a lot of hesitation. So Tom Loeffler's in the same situation again. One of the stand-up guys in the sport. Hopefully things didn't end badly for both of them. And maybe they could reconcile in the future. But definitely big news. With the PBC deal, they were offering him one comeback fight. So with DAZN, obviously there would be no comeback fight. He would go with either Andrade or Saunders in May or June.
Yeah.
And then Canelo in September and possibly December.
Or there's possibly Jacobs. If he beats Canelo.
Right.
I mean, there's still that option too, right?
We're making assumptions.
So, yeah.
But $42 million, you cut it any way you want. Maybe $10 million for the first fight and $30 million for the Canelo fight, which sounds about right. 2-fight deal. Do you think he retires after the second fight?
Man, I to be honest, I think so, man. I think this. He already knows this is already the end of his career, based off his last performance too, man. I felt like he had more in the tank to show, and there was just so much other stuff going on with him. Maybe with his manager. Maybe that's why he got rid of Loeffler, whatnot. But yeah, I see this being his retirement check, man. This is it for him, and I mean, he deserves it, man. He proved a lot in the sport already. I mean, dominated the 160 division, and and he's still putting on great fights. I mean, he had 2 great fights with Canelo, with fights that we love to see and where we want to see a third one. So I see this being his retirement.
I thought he would want to sign maybe a 4-fight deal and try to get close to the $100 million mark, which would have been something.
Yeah.
Who knows? If he puts on a good showing, in his comeback fight and then against Canelo, he might be ready for another 2-fight deal with another promotion. So he still might fight Charlo down the line, despite him, signing with DAZN, if that's the way he's gonna go, right?
Or if his wife lets him.
If his wife,
his manager now.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we were not sure what's going on there, but okay. So another big, rematch was signed yesterday. A rematch between Gallo Estrada and Sorong Visay is set for April 6th in LA. Most likely the Forum once again. Now, I was at the first fight, and man, it was an exciting atmosphere, a great card. The Superfly cards are always top notch. Yeah, always exciting. How do you think this plays out, Dave?
I think Gallo Estrada's going to come ready this time, man. I mean, he just needed to be a little bit more offensive and throwing more punches. I mean, the movement was there. It's just that Sorong Visay, bro, that guy is strong, man. That guy he has a punch, and he just brings it, man. And you just see it when he hits the guys. But I think Gallo Estrada's going to come ready. He just needs to be a little bit more offensive. It was a really close fight, in my opinion. And if Gallo Estrada was just a little bit more offensive, throwing the combinations a little bit more, I think he would have won the fight. I personally don't think Gallo Estrada has the power to knock out Sorong Visay, but I see him winning by unanimous decision, man.
I thought before the first fight, I thought this was going to be another Pacquiao Marquez trilogy or 4 fights or whatever, But like you said, I don't think Gallo Estrada could hang power for power with the guy. He came on a little too late in the first fight. Yeah. I think because he felt the power early on. That's true. More of a technical guy is going to have to, lateral movements, box him from the outside.
Yeah.
If he exchanges with him, I don't think it'll be very smart.
It wouldn't.
And I see the same outcome as the first fight.
Wow.
Yeah. So, in other news, let's talk about Abner Mares. Abner Mares having to pull out of the Gervonta Davis fight we were looking forward to.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little disappointed, but, I totally get what happens in a camp, man. I mean, a lot of people don't understand it. All the other stuff that goes into a camp, all the sparring. He's already getting older. So, I mean, a lot of people were like bashing him. Oh, man, he's scared. He's this, he's that. I mean, it could have possibly been an injury, man. I wish him well. I hope a speedy recovery. And hopefully they can still make that fight and happen in the near future, man. But, it's an unfortunate event, man. And I wish him the best, man. Like I said, coming from a fighter's perspective, man, I've fought in amateur tournaments where, or fights where my finger was jacked up, and you still have to do it, man. But in his situation, he's definitely going up Gervonta Davis, and it's not something to be messed with, or go fight with an injury. It's not worth it. So
yeah, especially against a monster like Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a blessing for Mares, to have this injury. I know it's bad to say, but
yeah,
I think we both would have predicted a KO victory for Gervonta Davis in that fight. I think he was just too strong. Mares going up. I don't know if he was ready for that weight, prepared for that weight. But best wishes to him. Hopefully we do get to see him back in action soon. Yeah. Gervonta Davis, now Hugo Reis, he took the last minute replacements. I'm not a fan of guys just filling in last minute, especially somebody who's been getting ready like a Gervonta Davis. I think we could both agree on the outcome for that fight.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate. Like I said, this whole situation is kind of unfortunate, man. Stuff happens, and I don't see it ending out well for Hugo. Gervonta Davis is ready. He's ready. He was ready to fight against Abner Mares, and he's going to fight a guy, like him. So,
don't be surprised after that fight to hear Gervonta Davis call out Manny Pacquiao again. Don't be surprised to hear that.
He did mention that. I did hear him mention that. So, I mean,
he called him out on Twitter.
Yeah.
And PBC. Who would have thought Mikey Garcia would have gone up to fight Earl Spence? I mean, stranger things have happened. I really think that they would put a Davis Pagio fight on.
Possibly, but it'll be an exciting fight, man. Two lefties and two guys that are powerful, man. But I personally think Gervonta is just he'll be stepping up too much.
Yeah, and Pacquiao's fought way bigger guys.
Oh yeah.
The Margaritos, the Cottos. So he'd be too much for him. But I could definitely see PBC making that fight. Now, the part we were a little disappointed about, initially, Davis Mares was supposed to take place in San Diego, here in our hometown.
Exactly.
We were excited about it, but they had something else going on that same night at the Pechanga Arena. They had an Art LeBeau old school concert.
Oh man!
So Pechanga Arena.
I don't blame them.
They went with Art LeBeau versus Mares Davis, and I'm still upset about it.
We were both, man. We were both shocked when they had that announcement, man. We were both excited. We were both talking, oh man, we're gonna go tailgate. We're gonna go watch the fight. It's gonna be fun, right? But then we're excited, especially having a big fight like that here in San Diego, and it's definitely what San Diego boxing needed. Exactly. And I was definitely excited, man. I mean, my grandfather, everyone was trying to get together for this fight.
I mean, San Diego hasn't had a fight in a big fight, I'm sorry, let's not say fight, a big fight in 46 years, since 1973, and this is the last fight that was here in San Diego. Norton versus Ali, two of the great heavyweights there, known as the jaw fight because Ken Norton broke Muhammad Ali's jaw on his way to a split decision. Now, the fact that, we waited 46 years for a big fight is kind of ridiculous. Our proximity to TJ fight fans down there and LA would bring in the masses.
We're right in between.
Yeah. So,
I don't get it.
So hopefully we do get one.
Hopefully soon, man. I mean, maybe even Abner Mares, Gervonta Davis, little meet back up here. Why not? I would definitely, like I said, I was going to see the first one, and hopefully they can make it happen again, and I'll definitely go watch that.
Now, we are getting a fight, but we're going to have to cross the border to see this fight, and it's taking place next month. I'm talking about Brandon Rios versus La Zorita, Humberto Soto. What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
I mean, these are two guys... Two guys at the end of their career.
Past their primes.
Yeah, they're already at the end of their career. I mean, especially Zorita Soto, man. I mean, he's already, I don't know how old that guy is, but man, he definitely has some in the tank, man.
60 fights or so.
Yeah, but he definitely has some in the tank, man. The movement might be an issue for Brandon Rios, but I think Brandon Rios' pressure, nonstop pressure that he brings, the body work, and the guy can take a punch, and I don't think Zorita Soto can knock out Brandon Rios, man. I mean, he's going to try to box him, but we'll see how long that lasts. But for Tijuana, man, it's definitely a good fight to go see. So if you're here in San Diego, man, you're in the Tijuana area, this area, make sure you go out and watch it, man. I think it'll be still an exciting fight to go see.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a slugfest. I mean, I think we could agree on that. In the long run, it's not going to mean much in any title pictures. It's gonna be a fun fight.
It'll be a fun fight for local boxing fans to get together.
Yeah. But I really think the guy that comes up on the losing end maybe think about retirement. Would you have to agree with that?
I think so, but at the end of the day, these guys,
it's hard to say no.
It's hard to say no because one, they got to eat. They need money. They need to feed their kids. They got a mortgage. They got rent or whatever they have. So, I mean, when they have a paycheck come their way, it's definitely nice, man. I mean, Zorita Soto, I don't remember his last fight, but I mean,
of course, we remember the Roscoe fight.
Yeah, the Roscoe fight, of course. But it's definitely nice to get for him to get a little payday. So, from a boxer's point of view, hey, if they want to go make that money, man, go ahead. It'll be an exciting fight, like I said, for local fans, San Diego boxing fans, Tijuana, over the border. Go watch a good fight, man. It'll be good.
Yeah. A lot of exciting news, a lot of exciting fights, a lot of great rematches. I can't remember the last time there were so many great rematches signed. Of course, fights this Saturday night, as we talked about in our last episode, Oscar Valdez. Make sure you click on that one.
Yeah.
And, we're excited for fights over. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, great fights, especially here in the San Diego area. There's actually fights at the Viejas Arena.
Going on right now as we speak tonight.
As we speak.
And
There's some
Roy
local-
Jones.
Roy Jones putting a card here in San Diego.
And I think some of Miguel Cotto's fighters too. on that card.
Exactly. So that's definitely good news for San Diego boxing, man. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Like I said, I'm hoping for them to do another event, hopefully at the Pachanga
Arena.
over there, the Pachanga Arena. Let's go. Let's bring boxing back to San Diego. Let's make this happen. Let's
do
bring
it.
big fights back here. So, thank you guys.
We hope you enjoyed episode 3.5, the trilogy episode. No.
Right? Hey, so thank you guys again, man. Make sure you guys subscribe. Tune in next week for our next week's episode. You guys enjoy this week's boxing fights. Thank you guys very much again. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.